Class 10 Science, Metals and Metallurgy. Chapter 9. I am R.S. Prasad sir, and it's your part 2. Let us start what is in this chapter. So, first one, metals are completed. Now we are starting here metallurgy. So, what will be metallurgy or how can you start the metallurgy? So, let us see what is the ore. First name is in your metallurgy, that is the ores and minerals, from which metals can be extracted conveniently. Which metals will conveniently? So that one is the answer. Compounds are found in combined form. Always remember, compounds are found in combined form. Solid inorganic substance, which occurs naturally in the Earth's crust, whose chemical composition is fixed and whose physical properties can be estimated, are known as minerals. They are minerals. Metals are extracted from these minerals, minerals which contains a very high percentage. It's a very important. It's why very high percentage of a particular metal, or and low percentage of impurities, and from which metals can be easily and profitably extracted are called ores. Usually minerals are found in different types of rocks. All ores are, it's a very important, all ores are minerals, but all minerals are not ores. So that one is your answer, so you can write. Let us see what is gang. So that question and answer is here. So the unwanted materials present in the ore. Once again, unwanted materials present in the ore found in nature are called gangue. So let us start the ores. What is the types of ores? The first one is oxide ore, second one is carbonate ore, and third one is sulfide ore and the sulfate ores. These are the four types. And now name the ore and the formula of the ores. So it is clear that you have to learn these type of ores. It's a very important for your examination board class also. So first one is the name is hematite, and that is the iron ore. Hematite, the formula is Fe2O3. And second one is magnetite, it is Fe3O4, it is also iron ore. Bauxite, it is Al2O3, 2S2O, that is the ores of aluminium. Cassiterite, that is the SnO2. Second one is carbonate, that is the dolomite. Dolomite formula is MgCO3 and CaCO3. Limestone, that is the calcium carbonate, it is the ores of calcium. Calamine is a zinc carbonate, ZnCO3. These are the carbonates and these are the sulfides. First one is iron pyrite, that is the FeS2. And copper pyrite, this is the CuFeS2. Gypsum, it is CaSO4, 2S2O. It is the sulfate ore. So these are the ores in different form of the compounds. So let us see in the next where they found in our Chhattisgarh. The name of minerals and the district where minerals are found in our Chhattisgarh. So let us see here. First one is hematite. Hematite is found in Dantewada, Bastar, Kanke, Narayanapur, Raipur and Kabirdham. So these are the places where hematites are found. Bauxite. Bauxite is found in Sarguja, Korba, Jaspur, Kanker, Bastar and Kabirdham. And limestone, third one is limestone. Limestone is found in Raipur, Raigad, Janjipur, Champa, Kabirdham, Bastar, Bilaspur, Durg and Rajnathgaon. And fourth one is dolomite. Dolomite, it is found in Durg, Kabirdham, Bilaspur, Janjipur, Champa. Now Alexandrite. So that is the Chaiso Barley, and that is the Raipurs, and there is the Devbhog in Devbhog. Now the Cassiterite, and that is the Dantewada Bastar, and it is Corundum. Corundum is only found in Dantewada. Gold in Raipur, Kanker, Raigad, Mahasamund, and Bastar, and Asbestos. Asbestos is found in Raipur, Bastar, Sarguja, and Jaspur. So these are the places where the ores are found in our district. District means that is the Chhattisgarh districts. Let us see the how can metallurgy be proceed in a flow chart. So that is the flow charts of ore. Ore is subjected to first at the top, and ore are always concentrated, so we found the concentrated ore. These are the several methods for the concentration of the ore. Now extraction. Extraction is divided into three parts. First one is most reactive metals. Second one is medium reactive metals, and third one is less reactive metals. So first, most reactive metal is going to subjected the electrolyte reduction of molten metal. So this one is the electrolyte reduction of molten metal, and then we found the pure metal. And for the medium reactive metals, in this there is the two ways. First one is carbonate ore, second one is sulfide ores. The carbonates are further subjected to calcination, and here sulfides ore the subjected for the roasting, and both are gives metal oxide, and metal oxide then reduced to metal, and purification of the metal. That is the last point, that is the purification of metal. And here the less reactive metals, they are sulfide ores, and the sulfides ore are roasting. Roasting के बाद क्या है, metals are found with the roasting, and metals is further for the refining or purification process. So let us see what will be happen in this. So question number 8. Explain the following techniques used in concentration of ore. So these are the techniques which is used in the concentration of ore. First one is gravity separation method. This one is gravity separation method. And second one is Proth flotation method. And third one is magnetic separation method. So these are the methods, and that is the question number 8, and you have to write answer like this. It is a large question. This is a figure of concentration of ore which gravity separation method. So it is the water stream. In water streams, all the ores are uh, washing with the water, and the particles of the high density is collected here, and the impurities are going down in this pot. So this is the, so let us see what will be happen in your this process. You can see gravity separation method. When there is a large difference in the density of the ore and the gangue metals, then gravity separation method is used for the concentration of. It is the purpose for the using of gravity separation method. In this, the ores is firstly finely ground, then shake under a stream of water, which leads to the heavier ore particles settling down and their light gangue particles floating to the top. These gangue particles are either separated or get washed away by the water. Generally, this method is used for concentration of carbonate ore. This is the main topic, carbonate or oxides ore. For example, the ore's hematite is concentrated using this technique. So this is done for the hematite ore. Let us see the next one is this one. It is the magnetic separation. It is magnetic separation. So you have to write magnetic separation. So this one is magnetic separation. In this we are grind here and poured into this pot, and this is the called as hoop, and this is the magnetic wheels and moving very fast, and here is the substance ore are grounded here, and grounded ore are separated into two ports. First one is non-magnetic substance and second one is the magnetic substance. It is the magnetic roller. So hematites ore they attract to the ores, and they are collected by the magnet in this pot, and which are non-magnetized, so they are not attracted by the magnet. So this is they all are collected in this pot. So you have to see and write these things. Magnetic separation method. This method can be used in magnetic substance or present in ores. In this ore, it is necessary to find the magnetic substance. In this method, the finally ground ore is passed over a conveyor belt which is stretched over the magnetic roller. The magnetic particles remains stuck to the belt till they are moved away from the magnetic effect of the roller wheels, whereas the non-magnetic particle falls from the belt as soon as it starts moving. In this way, two heaps of obtains, one heap of magnetic material and the other is of non-magnetic material. This technique is used to separate magnetic impurities from tin ores. So that is the method of magnetic separation. Let us see the froth flotation method. So this is the froth flotation method. It's a pot. So in this pot, the bubbles are the supporting to form the froth. So in method, this method is used for the concentration of sulfides ores because sulfides are the lighted weighted. So in this method, finally grounded sulfides ore is mixed with water and pine oil. The pine oil is give the more froth, and compressed air is passed through the mixture, causing frothing. It forms the froth. A layer of pine oil is formed on the surface of the sulfide ore particles which cause the air bubbles to stuck to them. The ore particles come to the surface with the froth while the impurities like soil, pebbles, stones, etc. settle down on the bottom. So these are the impurities you have seen in this figure. These are the impurities, and these are the grounded ore, and ground ore are which pure ores are going with the bubble in the froth. This is the froth, and it is collected the ores. When these froths are dried, so water is going up in the atmosphere, and the concentrated ores are collected here. So let us see the next one is the write the name and chemical formula of the oxide ores. So that is the question. You have to write your answer. So name and formula. So first ore, the name is magnetite. The formula is Fe2O Fe3O4. And second one is hematite, and the formula is Fe2O3. So that is the chief ore. So it is the most important. How are sulfides ore are concentrated? The sulfides ores are concentrated by froth flotation method, as you have seen in this froth flotation method, in this method. So that one you can write very easily. So let us see the next one. So it is the answer of this second question. So you have to write this answer. Sulfides ore are concentrated by froth flotation process. So let us see the next question. The third question. Sodium, potassium and calcium metals are obtained from their compound using electrolysis method. So that one is the why it is doing this. So answer you have to write here. Highly electropositive like alkali metals, sodium, potassium and calcium cannot be obtained easily by the thermal and the chemical reduction. For their electrolysis, also aqueous solution cannot be used because value of their standard reduction potential are more negative than the hydrogen. Thus, at cathode, in place of metal, hydrogen gas is released. So they are therefore obtained by the electrolysis process of their molten salts. Molten salts में ही इसको use करते हैं. So that question is very important for the purpose of examination. So now come to the second one is the question is that which reactions are helpful in maintaining the high temperature within the blast furnace? It is your blast furnace. So which compound is so the reaction in which reactions are helpful in maintaining the high temperature? So that is the question. So you have to write the answer. In the blast furnace at high temperature, that is the 900 degree C to 1200 degree C, limestone is decomposed and get converted into quicklime, that is the calcium oxides and the carbon dioxide. These reacts with silica to form calcium silicate, which is known as slag. The reaction is as follows. So calcium carbonate, this is known as calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate, when it is heated, it gives calcium oxide. The name of this compound is calcium oxide and gives carbon dioxide. And the calcium oxide with impurity silica oxide, they mix together, they form calcium silicate. The name of this compound is calcium silicate. And that calcium silicate is the slag. So flux impurity, it is called as flux. Flux plus impurity form the slag, and slag is going from here. It is the slag level. So impurities are removing from here, and the let us see the second question. Which compound is used as flux in the blast furnace during the extraction or iron metal? So that is your answer. You have to write this one. For the extraction of iron in the blast furnace, quicklime, as you have seen here, quicklime, that is the calcium oxide, and the formula is CaO, is used as flux. Second question, how will the rate of corrosion be affected in water that high uh, high concentration of salt? So that one is your answer. You have to write in the presence of more salts containing water as electrolyte, rate of corrosion increases always. So as you have remembered, the corrosion is increasing in the presence of electrolyte. Second question, why do we make alloy? Why we do make alloy? So the answer is to improve the properties of the metal alloys are made. So always remember, for improving the metal's property. As you have seen in your motorcycle, that is the alloy wheel is present, and that is more stable than the metal alloy, metal ring. Now come to the next, what is galvanization? So that one is your answer. To prevent iron from rusting, rusting से preventing के लिए galvanization करा जाता है. To prevent iron from rusting, a layer of more reactive Choose the correct option. First one, which among the following metals is most reactive? So most reactive metal is sodium. So you have to write this one is sodium. And now the second, the formula of bauxite ore, that is the Al2O3, that one the B option. So you have to write Al2O3 and 2H2O. So come to the next one, that one is the next one. Which method among the following is used in concentration of iron pyrite? So that one is the froth flotation. The froth flotation method is used in this concentration of iron pyrite. So now fourth one is the calcium silicate. Calcium silicate, alloy or gangue or salt or slag. So that one is the slag answer. So you have to write slag. Now the constituents metals in stainless steels are. So that one is the iron, chromium and nickels are present in the stainless steel. So that the B option is the correct. Now come to the fill in the blanks. So that is your second portion of your question. The process of removing of a less reactive metal forms its salt solution by a more reactive metal is known as, that is the displacement. So you have to write here displacement. Now second, the primary iron ore found in Chhattisgarh, and that one is the hematite. So you have to write hematite. Third one, alloy are. Alloy are mostly homogeneous mixture. It is homo. The fourth portion once again, the process the process of heating an ore at a temperature a little below its melting point in the absence of oxygen is called as roasting. So you have to write here roasting. So that one is your correct answer. So let us see the next one. Next one is the third question. Explain the following terms. So you have to write here answer. First one is ore, second one is mineral, third one is the slag, and fourth one is the flax. So what is the these 4 points are? So first one ore. Ore are those minerals from which metals can be extracted conveniently. It contains sufficient quantity of metal. So that is the called as ore. For example, iron is extracted from the hematites ore. Now second one mineral. Mineral compounds of metals which contains very less quantity of metals and are found inside the earth with other impurities are called minerals. So that is the mineral. It is difficult to obtain the metal in pure form of the minerals. So it is the most important things. For example, clay, mica. Now come to the third point, that is the slag. In the process of the melting, flux combines. Always remember, flux is combined with the impurities to form low melting fusible substance are called slag. So that is the slag. For example, in the melting of iron, slag named that is the calcium silicate is formed. Now come to this one, flux. What is the flux? Fourth number, substance which react with the infusible impurities present in the ore at high temperature to form fusible slag are known as flux. Flux are two types. First one is acidic flux. This is your acidic flux. Silica, that is SiO2, borax, Na2B4, O7 and 10H2O etc. are acidic flux. So as you have to remember this one. Now come to the basic flux. It is CaO, calcium oxide, magnesium oxide etc. are the basic flux. So you have to learn by heart. Now come to the next question. That one is the fourth. Write the balanced chemical equation for the given reaction. First one is reaction of aluminum metal with steam. So that one is the answer. Aluminum metal react with water vapor to forms metal oxide. So it forms metal oxide and hydrogen gas. So this is the reaction. It is the aluminum and it is the aluminum oxide. So it is aluminum. You have to write aluminium and it is aluminum oxide. Now come to the second question. Reaction of zinc oxide with sodium hydroxide. So that one is the answer. Zinc oxide react with sodium hydroxides to form sodium zincate. So that is the most important reaction. So it is the zinc oxide. So you have to write zinc oxide. And it is sodium hydroxide. So you have to write sodium hydroxide. It forms sodium zincate, that is the Na2ZnO2 and plus H2O. So this is the balanced chemical equation and this is also balanced chemical equation. 2Al plus 3H2O, Al2O3 plus 3H2. Here is the plus, you have to see here. And in this zinc oxide, that is ZnO plus 2NaOH, it gives Na2ZnO2. That is the name of this one, sodium zincate plus water molecules. So let us see in the next third. It is your third part, reaction when calcium carbonate is heated. So that one is your answer. So you have to write on heating calcium carbonate, it gets converted to quicklime. That is the calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So in this reaction, it is the calcium carbonate. On heating, it gives calcium oxide and it is carbon dioxide. Now fourth one, reaction of oxygen with sodium. So that one is your answer. Sodium reacts with oxygen to form sodium oxide. So this is the sodium 4Na plus O2, that is oxygen. When it reacts to form Na2O, there is 2Na2O, that is the sodium oxide. So you can write the balance equation in your copy. Now come to the fifth question and that one is your answer. Explain the process of reduction of metal from the metal oxides. So chemical process of the reduction of metal oxide to metal. The process to obtaining the metal from the solution of an ore by chemical reaction is known as chemical reduction. That is called as chemical reduction. It is mainly two types. First type is displacement process. First one is displacement process. In this process, metals present in the reactivity series displaces the metal present below it form their salt solutions. For example, adding iron or zinc powder in the copper sulfate solution, copper gets precipitated. It is the copper sulfate you have to see here, and it is iron. Whenever it's react with this, it forms iron sulfate. It is copper sulfates. So copper replace iron replaced to copper and gives copper here. So that is the iron sulfate and copper is formed. Now copper sulfate react with zinc. So zinc replaced to copper and it forms zinc sulfate and copper. So this is the formula of zinc sulfate. So you can write this example. Let us see the next. Second method is precipitation method. In this method, the complex salt, this is the complex salt, is prepared and metal is displaced. Gold and silver are the extracted by this method. So example, ore is washed in 4 to 6% dilute sodium cyanide solution and zinc, more electropositive than the gold and silver. Filings are added to the filtrate and air is passed. then gold or silver gets precipitated. The reaction is here. It is the gold Au plus 8 NaCN, that is the sodium cyanide, and it is the water solution, and oxygen is passed. So it forms sodium dicyanoaurate, that is the 4NaAuCN whole twice and 4NaOH. Now this sodium dicyanoaurate first is react with zinc to form gold. Gold is separated here and it forms Na2, that one is Na2, and here is the box and it is the ZN and CN4. It is sodium tetracyanozincate. So you can learn the name of से बोलते हैं इसको. Now come to the next question. Now question number 6, discuss the different method used in prevent the corrosion. So that one is your answer. You have to write measure the prevention of the corrosion are as follows. First, the first one, paint or grease should be applied on metals. Always remember the first is paint or grease should be applied on metals. The second, layer of oil should be applied on metals. The third one is a coating of layer of other active metals should be applied on the metals. Now come to the seventh question. In the purification of metals M, what all will act as anode, cathode and electrolyte? Explain with an example. So it is the electrolytic method. Here is the copper sulfate solution. It is used for the electrolyte. So that is the copper sulfate solution. You can say CuSO4 solution. And it is the anode. The pot is anode mud. It is your anode mud. So this one is here. And that one is the anode. Anode is positively and it is negatively. And here is key. And that one is the cathode. Cathode is the pure metal and anode is the impure metal. So for the electrolysis, refining of metal M, for electrolysis impure metal M will be anode and pure metal M will be cathode, and solution of salt to be purified acts as electrolyte. So this is the answer. For example, in the electrolytic refining of the copper, thick strip of impure copper is made the anode and the thin strip of the pure copper is made the cathode, and the aqueous copper sulfate solution acts as electrolyte. So this is the figure you can draw in your copy on the electrolysis pure metal deposit on cathode. So it is the cathode, here the pure metals are deposit. Now the question number 9, discuss the extraction of iron from hematite as per the following steps. First, concentration of ore. Second, reduction of oxide to metals along with the chemical equation. Third, diagram of blast furnace. So one by one steps are going on. So first one is concentration of ore. So you can see here the concentration of ore, that is the hematite ore, is concentrated by gravity separation method, and this is the gravity separation method I have told you and you can write from there. Now second is reduction of oxide into metals. So melting, that is the roasting ore are mixed with coke and the limestone, that is the calcium carbonate, and the melted in a blast furnace. So that is the important apparatus. As the charge goes down, it has to pass through the different temperatures. Initially the temperature is 200 degrees C and in the end of the becomes the temperature, that is the 1600 degrees C. The chemical reaction taking place in the blast furnace are as follows. Second, first one is zone of reduction. The temperature of this zone range is 400 degrees C to 900 degrees C. So reaction occurs in this zone. So carbon reacts with oxygen, it forms the carbon monoxide, and carbon monoxide react with Fe2O3, that is the hematite, or it gives the Fe3O4 and carbon dioxide also. And carbon monoxide further react with Fe3O4, it gives iron oxide, it is FeO, and the carbon dioxide molecules. Carbon monoxide further react with iron oxide, that is the FeO, and it gives iron, and carbon dioxide removed here. So that is the spongy iron. So let us see the next one. It is the zone of slag. Its temperature at the range from 900 to 1200 degrees C. The following reactions are occur in this zone. So first one is calcium carbonate is gets heated. It forms the calcium oxide and the carbon dioxide. And this calcium carbonate is further react with carbon. It forms calcium oxide and carbon monoxide. Calcium oxide and silica, they are react together, they form slag, that is the calcium silicate. The name of this compound is calcium silicate, and that is the slag. Now come to the zone C part, zone of combustion and fusion. Its temperature range is 1200 degrees C to 1600 degrees C. At this temperature, spongy iron melts completely. Molten iron gets saturated with the remaining carbons, slag being heavier, settle down, which contains some amount of impurities of silicon, phosphorus, and manganese. This is known as pig iron. So that one is the pig iron. And here is the figure of blast furnace. You can draw in your copy very well with colorful, you can draw in your copy. Roasted oral calcium carbonate coke here is poured here. It is the cup cone method, and here is the way to waste gases which is passed out from this pot, and it is रिफ्रैक्टरी ब्रेक्स, मतलब ये टेम्परेचर कोई से भी टेम्परेचर को झेल जाते हैं. इट इज रिफ्रैक्टरी ब्रेक्स. हॉट एयर इज पास्ड एयर for the increasing the temperature, and it is the slag level, and this one is the molten iron. It is the figure of blast furnace. It is the very most important questions in your board examination. Now come to the explain the electrochemical principle behind the corrosion. Corrosion के पीछे किस chemical reaction को involve करते हैं? So that is the figure. The process of corrosion is actually an electrochemical process. When metals like irons are placed in the air, harmed conditions, when negatively and positively charged regions develop on its surface, because of which it start behaving like an electrochemical cell. So that is the figure for the corrosion and how can get the corrosion. So let us see. It is the iron. It is the inside the low concentration, and outside of the bubble is the high concentration of oxygen. Inside the bubble, that is the low concentration of oxygen, and the outside of the bubble, that is the high concentration of oxygen. And it is air. It is the thin layer of water. So now see here, iron is gets into iron. It is the Fe plus 2 ions, and plus 2 electrons are removed, and 2 electrons are going here, and to give the water molecule, it forms the, it react with oxygen and gets 2 electron to form 2 hydroxy. So 2 OH forms, and this 2 OH combined with iron, Fe plus, it is plus 2, and OH, that is the minus 2, it gives FeOH whole twice, and that is here, and whenever it reacts with water, and it gives the rust. So that is the reason. So you can see the reactions in this, that is the anode, iron moves into the solution, that is the Fe plus 2, And here is iron, it loses 2 electron, so it gets Fe iron plus 2 and 2 electrons are removed. Cathode, in the presence of oxygen, these electrons are kept up water molecules from the OH ions. It is negative here. So H2O plus O2 and 4 electrons, they give 4 OH ions, hydroxide ions. So you can say it is hydroxide ions. The Fe2 plus ion forms on the anode react with the OH ions to form FeOH whole twice solid. This iron oxide. Yes, question number 11. Give reasons for this. First, gold, silver, and platinum are used making jewelry. And second is sodium, potassium, and lithium metals are stored under kerosene oil. And third one, although aluminum is an metal. The first one is you have to write answer. The first one is gold, silver, and the platinum are least reactive. It is the very least reactive metals, and they exist in the nature in the pure form, elements form, and free state, due to which they are used for making jewelry. Now, second one is sodium, potassium, and lithium. These are the sodium, potassium, and lithium are highly reactive metals. These reactive metals easily with oxygen. They can react with oxygen on keeping in open. They react with oxygen of air to form oxides. Therefore, to prevent their contact with oxygen, they are stored in kerosene oil. So that is the important things. They are highly reactive, so that's why they are kept in the kerosene oil. So let us see the next one. Third one is the aluminum is a highly electropositive and the active metals still. Its thermal and the chemical reduction does not take place easily. Its melting point is high and it does not melt easily. It is also malleable and ductile, therefore it is used to in making utensils. So that is the reason. So you have to write. Now fourth one is conversion of concentrated ore to oxide depends on the nature of ore and the impurities present in it. For extraction of metal from its carbonate and sulfides ore, it is converted into oxide because by this moisture of ore and water of crystallization separated and ore becomes dry. It is easy to remove the oxygen from an ore by the reduction that to remove sulfur. Therefore, carbonate and sulfides ore are converted to oxides for their extraction. So that is the answer you have to write in your copy. Now come to the next one. What is alloy? So that one is a very important things. Alloy is a popular method to improving the properties of metal, a homogeneous mixture. So that you remember homogeneous mixture in which the least one of the primary component is metal is called an alloy. So alloy are examples of solid solution. Human beings have been making and using alloys since prehistorical time. Alloying is done increase hardness, impure move quality, decrease melting point, and alloy can be easily cast or mold into different shape and the find uses in many areas. So what is the alloys? You can see in this table the name of alloy, and it is the constitution of their percentage and it is uses. First one is the brass. Brass is the constituents is copper 60 to 80%, zinc 40 to 20%, and it is used in utensils and the household objects. Second one is the bronze. Bronze is the constituents are copper 75 to 90%, Sn 25 to 10%, and it is used in coin, utensils, and statues. Now German silver. German silver is not a silver. It is the alloy. It is copper 20. It is 50%, zinc 25%, nickel 25%. It is used in coins, utensils, and the ornaments. Now it is used in ornaments. That's why it is called as German silver. It is the magnesium. The magnesium 5% and aluminum is 95%. Structure of framework of aircrafts. Now the fifth one is bell metal. It is the copper, that is the 80%, and Sn is 20% for making bells. Now the sixth gun metals, the copper 87%, zinc it is 3%, and Sn is 10% for making the material used in engineering. Now come to the seven soldier. What is the soldier? Soldiers, and that is the Sn. It is 50%, 75%, and lead it is 50 to 25% for joining together metals wires. Now deuterium, it is the most important things. Beryllium, that is the aluminum 95%, copper 4%, Mg 0.5%, and Mn 0.5%. Manufacture of aircraft, helicopters, jet planes. Now come to the ninth, stainless steel. It is the chromium 11.5%, nickel 2%, and carbon trace amount remaining iron. Now manufacture of knives, cookings, utensils. Now the alnico is also important alloy. Aluminum is 12%, cobalt is 5%, nickel is 20%, and iron is. Now making permanent magnets. It is used for permanent magnets. So alnico is the very important alloy. So you have to learn by heart for your